Error waiting for bridge. Error waiting for bridge. Mini bridge panel. Error waiting for bridge and mini bridge panel. Issue. What about the issue? When you browse files using the mini bridge panel in Photoshop and InDesign or in Copy, you see the following message appear for you in the content pod (POT) and waiting for bridge. No files or folders appear, by the way, and mini bridge uses a background process called switch port or communicate with Adobe Bridge. And if switch port can't open Adobe Bridge, then mini bridge can't display your files, by the way. This issue also occurs in Photoshop and InDesign or in Copy can't communicate with Adobe Bridge through switch port. And solutions to the waiting for bridge error involve fixing this switch port communication. And try the following solutions in order and stop when you resolve the issue. Solution 1. Solution 1. Recreate the switch port preferences files. Step number 1. Quiet all Adobe applications. You should quiet from any all Adobe applications, by the way, to resolve solution 1. Recreate the switch port preferences files. And step number 1. Quiet all Adobe applications. You should quiet all from the Adobe applications. And step number 2. In the Finder Mac OS or Windows Explorer, and navigate to one of the following folders: Mac operating system, users, your username and library, and preferences and Adobe, and Windows 7 or Vista. If you use Windows 7 or Vista, see users and your username and application data and roaming and Adobe. If you use Windows XP, documents and setting and your username and application data and Adobe. Note that and be careful. Replace your username above with the name of your Mac OS or Windows user account. And step number 3. Delete the switch port folder. Delete the switch port folder. Step number 4. Restart your computer. You should restart your computer. Step number 5. Open Photoshop and InDesign or InCopy, and then open the mini page panel. Solution 2. We know everything now about solution 1. Okay, next, solution 2. Add switch port to your firewall software's exception list. How to add switch port to your firewall software's exception list? Firewall software is used to protect computers from threats on the internet. By the way, firewall software is used to protect computers from threats on the internet. And some examples of firewall software are Mac OS Application Firewall, and McAfee, and Norton, and Windows Firewall, and Zone Alarm. And if firewall software prevents switch port from communicating with Adobe Bridge, however, mini bridge can't display your files, by the way. And most firewall software can store a list of exceptions. That is a list of programs that are allowed to access network resources. And it's possible that your firewall software calls these exceptions a whitelist or an allow list. For instructions on how to add an exception to your firewall software, see the firewall software documentation or contact its manufacturers. And switch port is installed to one of the following locations. Switch port is installed to one of the following locations, by the way: Mac OS X library, application support, Adobe, and switch port applications, and 32-bit editions of Windows, and 64-bit editions of Windows. And after adding switch port, by the way, to the list of exceptions in your firewall software. Try to restart your computer, then open Photoshop again and InDesign again or InCopy, and then open the many page panel. This is the solution number 2. Solution number 3. Solution number 3. Windows ensures that the Windows hostess file contains its default entries. Switch port points to the localhost server, and which is an internal name for your computer to communicate with Adobe Bridge. By default, the Windows OS hostess file contains a reference to localhost, and if the hostess file is missing the entry, however, or if this entry is incorrect, then ManyPage can't access your your content. I'm so sorry. And to determine what information is required in the hostess file for your edition of Windows, see Microsoft support article. This article also includes information about resetting the hostess file to its default, by the way. This is solution number 3. Solution number 4. What about solution number 4? Windows clear the Windows cryptographic database and reset switch port. Cryptographic and database and reset switch port. The first time switch port runs on your computer, it uses information in the Windows cryptographic database to create values in the registry and switch port ini file, and if switch port cannot read this database, then the resulting registry values and the data in switchport.ini are all invalid, by the way, are all invalid. And files prevent switch port from functioning. Step number 1. Close all Adobe applications. You should to close all your Adobe applications. You should to close all the Adobe applications. Step number 2. Choose start. Press start, then run Windows XP, or click start, then run Windows Vista or Windows 7. Again. Step number 2. Choose start, then run Windows XP, or click start, then run Windows Vista or Windows 7. Type % application data, and including the quotation marks, and press enter. Step number 3. Rename the RSA. You should rename the RSA folder to, for example, Alt RSA. You should rename the RSA folder to Alt RSA. Step number 4. Choose start, then run Windows XP, or click start, then run Windows Vista or Windows 7, and type, please type here, regedit, type regedit, and then press enter, and the regedit and the registry editor opens. Again, step number 4. Again, choose start, then run Windows XP, or click start, then run Windows Vista or Windows 7, and type regedit. You should to type regedit and then press enter. After you type regedit, press enter, and the registry editor opens. The registry editor will be opens. Step number 5. Step number 5, in the left pane. In the left pane of the registry editor, navigate to HK underscore current underscore user software Adobe IAK, see, and then select the key. Step number 6. In the right pane, right click the MD5 ID. Right click the MD5 ID value and choose delete. Then click yes. In the confirm value, delete dialog box. Delete dialog box. Step number 7. Step number 7. In the right pane, In the right pane, right click the user ID value and choose delete. Then click yes. In the confirm value, delete dialog box. Delete dialog box. In the right click pane, right click the user ID value and choose delete. Then click yes. In the confirm value, delete dialog box. Step number 8. Step number 8. Close the registry editor. You should to close the registry editor. You should to close the registry editor. Step number 9. Choose start. Press start, then run Windows XP, or click start, then run Windows Vista or Windows 7, and then including the quotation marks and press enter. Step number 10. Delete the switch port. Step number 10. Delete the switch port.ini file. And if you don't see the .ini file name extension, then delete the file that is of the type configuration setting. And the file has an icon that looks like a notepad with a gear on top of it. That's fine. Step number 11. Step number 11 and final step. Restart your computer. You should restart your computer and open Photoshop and InDesign or InCopy and open the mini page panel. That's fine. Solution 5. What about solution 5? Solution 5. Create a different user account. Create a different user account. Essentially, a user account can become corrupted, which can prevent switch port from accessing or creating the necessary files, and create an account with the same permissions as your current account. Log into the new account and then run your Adobe applications. For assistance creating a user account, see the following documents: creating a new user account in the Mac OS, and how to create and configure user account in Windows XP, and create a user account in Windows. Select Windows 7 or Windows Vista from the menu on the Microsoft support website. For additional assistance, contact your system administrator, by the way. Thank you so much.